Reddit user BourbonLover88 was left stunned after reviewing footage from their cell camera. It showed an unidentifiable figure crossing an old mining road. The video was taken atop an abandoned coal mine, a site with a tragic history of fatal accidents. Many miners lost their lives in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, with some bodies sealed away in inaccessible parts of the mine. Skeptics argue it could be a trick of light or a camera glitch, but the eerie context surrounding the abandoned mine has led many to suspect something more paranormal at play. While hiking, a couple stopped to rest at the infamous Goatman's Bridge in Denton, Texas, a location steeped in paranormal lore. While snapping some photos, they inadvertently captured something unsettling. The image appears to show a goat-like figure, an eerie coincidence given the bridge's dark history. Local legends tell of a black farmer who was lynched on the bridge, and ever since, there have been reports of a strange half-goat, half-man entity haunting the area. Initially skeptical, the couple noted they hadn't captured anything unusual in their other photos, making this particular image all the more puzzling. Some believe it could just be an optical illusion or an animal, but the bridge's unsettling past adds an eerie layer of intrigue to the mystery. The couple clarified that the two lights on the right side were most likely reflections from the water, but what about the figure? This Reddit user ventured alone into a forest rumored to be haunted, hoping to communicate with spirits when this happened.
If you want to come and talk to me, talk in this. I'm the same as you. You're my ancestor. I want to get your story. Tell me what happened.
An eerie, unidentifiable sound echoing through the trees. The unsettling noise seemed unnatural. Was it an animal, the wind playing tricks, or something far more mysterious?
I'm the same as you.
With no visible source, theories range from supernatural entities to unidentified creatures lurking in the darkness. Whatever it was, the clip leaves viewers with one question: what could be making that sound? A group of friends were standing on a mountain enjoying the view when one of them noticed his fingertips glowing with a blue light, almost as if they were charged with electricity.
Я научился управлять этими местами. Знаешь, что это такое? Смотри. Ты криво сделал мне. Отставь. Смотри, один. Аллаху Акбар. Аллаху Акбар.
I'm not an expert, but since the video showed stormy weather, could this be related to lightning? What if it's similar to how hair stands on end just before a lightning strike? Whether that's the case or not, I'd be terrified, not laughing about it. There's a good chance this was something very dangerous. This couple was strolling through a cemetery when the boyfriend took this chilling photo. In the eerie image, a mysterious figure resembling an old woman appears to be sitting on a bench near a grave. They claimed that no one else was around at the time, but both felt an unsettling presence, as if they were being watched the entire time. This only made the sudden appearance of the figure even more disturbing. Some suggest it could be the spirit of someone tied to the cemetery, while others argue that it might be a trick of light, a shadow, or perhaps just a coincidental object in the frame. The mystery remains, leaving many to wonder. Was it a ghostly encounter, or something more easily explained? On May 5th, 2024, TikTok user Kokober Highs was hiking the Appalachian Trail when something unsettling happened.
There it goes again. It's gonna be 4. And so it's like a really weird place to shoot. I think the trail goes that way. So like, maybe it's just me being paranoid, but I have like a weird feeling. It's like, why the fuck are you shooting right off trail? And only 4 shots. Maybe he only has a 4-shot gun. You can hear him moving. So it's not. I'm just like sketched out, you know, like a little weirded out.
While trekking through the remote wilderness, he suddenly heard gunshots coming from an isolated area. The unexpected sound of gunfire left him questioning whether he should continue his hike. What would you do in that scenario? Reddit user Bonamassa72 was exploring a graveyard late at night when they captured something truly eerie on camera. As the explorer roamed the cemetery, a pale white figure suddenly appeared in the background, standing eerily still. The figure, with its ghostly appearance, has sparked a mix of reactions. Some believe it could be a genuine apparition, perhaps a spirit of someone long gone, while skeptics suggest it could just be a gravestone or even another person in the distance. However, it didn't look like a gravestone for me. The figure's shape and stillness make it seem more like something otherworldly. What do you think? Could this be a ghost, or is there a simple explanation behind this strange sighting? A Reddit user, Underwater Whiskers, shared a strange discovery at the end of a hike. A group of turtle shells was found in one place, scattered across the area. Some suggest it could be a predator's feeding ground where the shells were discarded after being consumed, while others speculated about poaching, environmental causes, or even human involvement. Though animals often leave behind remains, the sheer number of shells in one spot was unusual and raised questions about what could have caused it. Was it simply a natural occurrence, or was something sinister at play? While exploring a graveyard late at night, Reddit user Lemonade Robot took this creepy image. Drawn to the eerie atmosphere, they snapped a picture of the mist-covered graves, only later to discover what appeared to be a screaming, ghostly face in the fog. The user mentions they heard strange, faint screaming at night, which made this discovery even creepier. Some viewers were quick to believe this could be genuine paranormal evidence, but skeptics argued it may be a case of pareidolia. Is this truly the face of a spirit, or is it just a trick of the fog? YouTuber Adrian Urbex embarked on a hike to investigate an eerie abandoned house connected to the mysterious disappearance of a woman who vanished without a trace. Upon arrival, he was shocked to find the front door and window wide open. Receiving no response, he cautiously entered the house. Inside, he discovered strange markings on the walls and signs of forced entry into a room, raising questions about what had happened here. As he ventured deeper into the house, Adrian found an unsettling sight.
Oh là là. Ça c'est glauque. Hein. Hyper.
A creepy doll, its presence adding to the house's eerie atmosphere.
D'accord, ouais. C'est quoi ce bruit? Je sais pas si ça s'est entendu.
Suddenly, an unexplained noise echoed through the space, but he could find no source for it. While exploring the rest of the house, he found something unsettling.
Comment dire, de cordon ombilical. Regardez. C'est un bout de cordon ombilical. J'essaie de vous montrer le plus clairement possible. Mais c'est...
An umbilical cord preserved in a jar. Why would anyone keep this in their home? Despite his thorough exploration, Adrian was unable to uncover the truth behind what had caused the woman's disappearance. Why was the house left in such a bizarre and disturbing state? TikTok user Trina M. Ward shared a video from the Martin House, a supposedly haunted location where no one currently lives. According to local stories, a man once caused the tragic end of his entire family there, and many claim to have seen the ghosts of children inside. While driving by, Trina noticed something in the second floor window. The figure appeared to be a child, but some viewers pointed out a larger figure standing behind it. At first, she thought it might have been a doll placed to scare people, but after doing some research and checking other people's photos of the house, she found no sign of a doll in the window. Could it have been a ghost, after all? In a video from December 25, 2019, a hiker explored a Soviet-era mine, abandoned by a Chinese company after failed mining efforts. Inside, he navigated a frozen, semi-flooded tunnel. At a three-way junction, he unknowingly took a path that led to an unsettling experience. As he ventured deeper into the mine, an eerie scream echoed through the tunnel.
Stuff on a workbench.
While it sounded faint on camera, he later described it as much louder in person. Despite the chilling moment, he pressed on until worsening conditions forced him to turn back.
I'm not even really sure where to begin with this one. But if you go back, turn the volume up, and listen to that last section again, where I abruptly tapered off, you'll hear this otherworldly scream, or howl, coming out from deeper within the mine. I am extremely skeptical of the supernatural, but hearing that made all the hair on the back of my neck stand up. It creeped me out.
Reviewing the footage, he remained skeptical of the supernatural, but admitted the sound was undeniably disturbing. To this day, no explanation has been found. A Reddit user was driving past a reportedly haunted suicide bridge near their town when they captured something chilling. In the distance, a dark figure can be seen, which they believed could be a ghost. The eerie image quickly stirred discussion among paranormal enthusiasts, with some speculating it could be a lingering spirit tied to the bridge's tragic history. However, skeptics quickly jumped in, debunking the claim and suggesting that the figure was most likely a smudge on the headlight or windshield, causing an optical illusion. While the location itself is known for its unsettling past, the question remains: could this apparition really be a ghost or just a smudge? On December 7th, 2024, a Chinese tourist was trying to take a photo while on a moving train in Sri Lanka. She leaned out of the train's door to capture the sunset, unaware of an approaching tree branch. Fortunately, the bushes along the tracks softened her fall, and she only suffered minor injuries. Sri Lanka's scenic railway routes attract many tourists, but risky photo attempts have led to serious and sometimes fatal accidents. Reddit user YouGoGirl85 shared an eerie photo taken by a friend on their way home. Without realizing it at the time, something terrifying appears in the bottom right corner of the image. The photo quickly sparked debate in the subreddit Paranormal Encounters, with many pointing out a human-like shape, some even claiming it appears to be holding a ball or a helmet. Others believe it resembles a child peering from the bushes. Of course, skeptics suggest it could be nothing more than a random cloud reflection or a windshield smudge playing tricks on the eye. So what did she really capture that day? Just a coincidence, or something far more chilling? Hunter Steve captured an unexplained figure on his trail camera in the Utah wilderness at an elevation of 9,300 feet. The motion-activated camera first captured an empty scene, but moments later, a tall humanoid figure appeared about 100 feet away. There were no tracks or signs of how it got there. Steve, who is 6 feet tall, returned to the spot to compare sizes and found the figure was at least a foot taller than him. The Rocky Mountain Sasquatch team noted that multiple Bigfoot sightings had been reported nearby. One truck driver even claimed to have nearly hit a 9-foot creature on a highway just 7 miles away. But whether it was a shadow, a trick of the light, or real evidence remains unknown. Darina was exploring the abandoned Silica Sand Company ruins in South Jersey, once a thriving mining site, now left to decay for decades. While filming, she noticed an unusual opening in the trees, hidden from the main path. Pushing through, she discovered something disturbing. Dozens of missing persons posters attached to the trees. Some were faded and decades old, while others looked recent. Beneath them, small American flags were planted in neat rows resembling a memorial. There were no flowers, candles, or signs of visitors, only silence. This part of the forest felt eerily quiet, and as she stepped away, the normal sounds of the forest returned. Darina encountered no one that day, but the posters left her with an unsettling feeling, prompting her to leave with a strange, lingering sense of unease. Who did this, and why? Reddit user Autumnfall shared a mysterious photo from a family camping trip at Waskesiu Lake, Canada. Unlike their other pictures, this one showed eerie smoke patterns. At first, Autumnfall noticed one face in the smoke, but soon spotted another, and then another. Some viewers also pointed out a figure standing behind the towels, despite the family being alone. Autumnfall confirmed that none of the other photos had similar effects, deepening the mystery. This can't just be pareidolia, right? A TikToker was driving toward a hiking spot when they noticed a massive figure standing on a hilltop and decided to record.
Veo un gigante ahí arriba aquel cerro. Se mueve.
Based on the scale, it appeared to be between 7 and 9 feet tall, and at times, it even looked like it was floating. Many viewers were skeptical at first, but a second video clearly showed the figure moving. Some believe it could be balloons or even a green screen effect, but no one knows for sure. A video from Mountain View, Arkansas captured something truly strange just before the solar eclipse on April 6, 2024. Two friends staying at an Airbnb in the mountains were stargazing when they suddenly heard heavy footsteps drawing nearer in the woods. The steps grew closer, halting right beside them. When they looked around, there was nothing in sight. However, when they reviewed their footage later, something chilling emerged. Analysis by Rocky Mountain Sasquatch uncovered an arm and hand reaching out from behind a tree, creating an unsettling image. The cryptid community has long noted the sightings of strange creatures tend to increase around major astronomical events, such as eclipses. Could the approaching solar eclipse have drawn something out from the woods? This Reddit user had a strange encounter in the forest one night, compelling them to return with a camera to investigate. They filmed for 15 minutes, seeing nothing unusual in real time. Yet upon reviewing the footage, they discovered something chilling. A ghostly figure unseen by the naked eye was clearly captured on camera, standing motionless between the trees. Some viewers are convinced this is genuine paranormal evidence, while skeptics argue it could be a trick of light, a distortion, or even pareidolia. Regardless, the unsettling nature of the video leaves a haunting impression. Was it truly a ghost? In October 2010, experienced hiker and rescuer Pam Bales set out alone on Mount Washington. As the weather worsened, she spotted footprints leading to a man in distress. He was dressed inappropriately for the freezing conditions and near death. Despite his silence and unwillingness to engage, Pam carried him down the mountain, saving his life. Later, it was revealed that the man, known only as John, had gone there intending to die. Pam's kindness changed his fate, inspiring him to seek help. A man was walking home in the middle of the night through a quiet area when he saw something strange and decided to record it. A shadowy figure was perched high up in a tree, barely visible in the darkness. At first, it looked like a doll, but then it suddenly moved. The man watching screamed and ran away in fear. If it was just a person, why were they up in a tree so late at night? A group of explorers investigated an eerie farmhouse with a horrifying past. Once inside, they were overwhelmed by a horrible smell and quickly discovered some unnerving items.
Like, these are sheep that are just...
Skin on it, I think.
No, it's disintegrated. See all the bones and all the...
His head's there, look.
So, no, but yeah, look, you got bones over here, and you see, literally, it's mad. But even crazier, look at this. So it's not just one or two. Somebody must have done something with the dog.
That's like a baby, isn't it, this one?
I don't know, mate.
You can tell by the size of its head. That's like an adult one there.
Well, but then if you look over here, though...
Oh, mate.
It's a full...
Look at all the bones in here.
Well, yeah, no. Look, you can see all the bones just here, and then look, all tapped and stuff like that. That's would have boiled them in. I think that's what the chemical stuff is, the sheep.
Just be careful.
Oh, mate, no.
Oh, that's like, yeah. That's like a... Oh.
That's definite.
Oh, if you could smell that. Jesus.
Yeah, look at the ram. Oh, mate, that's bad, isn't it?
They found scattered coffins, skeletal remains, and chemical substances. The house had once belonged to a farming couple and was later inherited by their daughter. Unable to maintain the farm and fearful of legal trouble, she began storing deceased animals inside. First her sheep, then even her deceased pets, keeping them in coffins under the bed. Eventually, she abandoned the home, leaving behind a grotesque scene. The overwhelming stench of decay and the disturbing discoveries made this one of the most unsettling explorations the group had ever documented. On December 2nd, 2023, Frank set out to explore a haunted graveyard, armed with a camera and an EMF reader, hoping to capture evidence of the paranormal.
Location right here. I'm right now heading inside. I just don't want to be seen with my camera too much because, not another dog. I'm always getting chased by some sort of dog. Alright. I just want to first make sure there's nobody in here.
Before starting his investigation, he carefully checked the surroundings to make sure he was truly alone. Convinced the graveyard was empty, he began his search for any signs of activity. However, he wasn't prepared for what would unfold that night.
Oh, there it is again. Were you what I just saw over there? I seen something move by. I don't know what it was. It was the corner of my eye. I seen what just looked like a shadow, just kind of like brushing by there really fast. Was that you? The hell was that? Can you tell me if that was you talking?
As he nervously monitored his EMF reader, attempting to communicate with whatever spirits might be nearby, something inexplicable happened.
Hola. Hola. Can you get close? I have somebody walking in here. Listen. They're saying something too. If it's just me, they're literally right behind this tomb here. I don't see anyone walking off. I do not know if I want to make it known that I'm here.
A figure appeared in the distance, wandering through the graveyard. Heart racing, Frank moved toward the area where the figure had vanished, only to find nobody there. Undeterred, he ventured deeper into the cemetery, eventually discovering a gravestone with the name Miguel, the same name he had heard just moments before. Feeling uneasy, he pulled out his EMF reader once more.
Alguien estás buscando? Someone's looking for you, Miguel. Did you know that? ¿Sabes? I'm getting a spike. I just heard a noise over there. Look at my thing. Hola.
The air grew heavy, and a surge on the device signaled the presence of something nearby. Suddenly, a human-like voice called out from the other side of the grave. Frightened and unsure of what he had encountered, Frank quickly hid behind an old tombstone, hoping to remain unnoticed.
I'm hiding in the side of the graveyard because I wanted to see whoever I just saw. I know they're still in here because I'm watching the entrance for how you get out of here. However, I was checking the thermal imaging camera and I think I found them. And they're standing right in front of this door. There. And it definitely is somebody right there. I'm gonna see if they move. I'm a bit away, so I'm actually pretty far away from them, so I could run out of here. Hola? ¿Cómo se llamas? ¿Está bien?
It was then that his thermal imaging camera revealed a motionless figure standing in the darkness. As if the scene couldn't get any more unsettling, a chilling voice began singing from the shadows.
They're literally singing. It's a female singing.
Frank called out several times, but there was no response. The figure remained eerily still.
Oh, that is creepy. That looks like a freaking demon. ¿Cómo se llamas? What's your name? Señora, ¿cómo se llamas? Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm nervous. I feel like somebody's gonna approach me from behind. Adios, me voy.
Feeling a surge of fear, Frank decided to leave, but as he glanced back, the figure had vanished. As he made his way toward the exit, the singing returned. This time, it echoed from beyond the graveyard walls.
I'm literally standing outside the graveyard right now, and I could still hear singing. Listen. That is so creepy. Hola!
Unable to shake the terror that gripped him, Frank fled, unsure of what he had just witnessed, or what had followed him. A YouTuber, Desert Drifter, explored a remote canyon in search of ancient ruins. At the ruins, he discovered a cliffside structure with weathered stone walls.
And look what is up there. I'm actually surprised how easy it was to find these. I just followed the water basically, which I guess shouldn't be a surprise considering these people needed that to survive.
The canyon walls bore hundreds of handprints, but as he took a closer look, he noticed something strange.
Those are so distinct, so much more clear than those others. Gosh, who left those? Here's another set up here. What's interesting about these is there's some that are just like the normal handprints. You see them up there? As opposed to the reverse handprints. There's a lot down here.
Some of the handprints were reversed. The hands appear to have been created by blowing pigment around them as they varied in size, possibly belonging to children. The meaning behind them was unclear, leaving Desert Drifter wondering whether they were part of a ritual, a symbol, or a warning. During his exploration, faint sounds echoed from the darkness, overwhelming him. He retreated, and it wasn't until he reached the open desert that his unease finally faded. Looking back, he couldn't help but wonder what he had truly found in the middle of nowhere. A night vision trail camera captured something chilling near an investigation site. It first shows a law enforcement officer walking back to his vehicle, clearly armed, but just 3 minutes later, something terrifying happens. Only 3 seconds after the officer disappears from view, the camera catches a shadowy figure peeking from behind a tree. The figure had shaggy, hairy features, glowing eyes, and visible teeth. Even more disturbing was the way it moved as it followed the officer closely. Whatever it was, it remains unidentified. Could this creature be connected to the investigation? Deep in the woods of Sparkle Forest, a hiker was startled by something creepy and unexplainable. A humanoid figure appeared, stroking its own hair in a disturbingly unnatural way. The sight sent chills down the hiker's spine, and he ran in fear. After putting some distance between himself and the figure, he turned back to see if it was following him, but it had vanished. The rest of his walk back was filled with dread as he checked every corner, every second, wondering what he had just encountered. While hiking in Mexico, this man encountered something truly unbelievable. a mysterious figure resembling a woman can be seen standing eerily at the top of a distant tree. Whether it's an optical illusion or something sinister, the footage has sparked intense curiosity. Paranormal enthusiasts are particularly drawn to the sighting, with some suggesting it could be a supernatural presence. Others question its authenticity. Could this mysterious figure be a witch perched high in the trees, or is it just a strange visual phenomenon? And now, watch this next video for more chills.